Cardfight Vanguard BT02.
Greetings! Mantoray79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days 2. Alrighty, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to deck build menu. Here we are in deck list menu, and now in today's video, the deck profile I'm gonna be making one for is over here. Vintage formats, Royal Paladins, King of Knights Alfred deck, BT02. Alrighty, let's begin. So selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the deck build menu, and like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building today's deck profile video is a Vintage formats, Royal Paladins, King of Knights Alfred deck, made of cards only available until BT02. And okie dokie, let's get started. And now for the first Vanguard. For the first Vanguard of this deck, we are playing the Great Zero, Barkgall. Skills, starting unit, skills, first skill, auto. When another Royal Paladin rises unit, you may call this card to the rear circle. Second skill, actions, a rear guard. Cost, rest this unit. If the cost and paid, search your deck for up to one card, named Future Knight Lu or Flogel. Call to rear circle and shuffle deck. And already the Great Zero, Barkgall, starting unit, we have one as the first Vanguard. And that we covered deck's first Vanguard. Next, let's get on to the Great 3 lineup. And now for the Great 3 lineup. For the Great 3s in this deck, we are playing the Great 3, King of Knights, Alfred. Skills, first skill, continuous as a Vanguard. Your units cannot boost this unit. Second skill, continuous as a Vanguard. During your turn, this unit gets plus 2,000 power for each of your Royal Paladin rear guards. Third skill, actions, a Vanguard or rear guard. Cost, counterblast 3. If the cost and paid, search your deck for up to one grade 2 or less Royal Paladin, call to rear guard circle and shuffle deck. And alrighty, the Grade 3, King of Knights Alfred, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 3, Solitary Knight Gancelot. Skills, first skill, actions, a Vanguard. Cost, counterblast 2. If the cost and paid, if you have a card named Blaster Blade in your soul, this unit gets plus 5,000 power and plus 1 critical until end of turn. Second skill, actions from the hand. Cost, reveal this card to your opponent and put it in the top of the deck. If the cost and paid, search your deck for up to one card named Blaster Blade, reveal it to your opponent, put it in the hand and shuffle deck. Okie dokie, the Grade 3, Solitary Knight Gancelot, we have 2 in the deck. And here we have the Grade 3, Gigantic Charger. Skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle or rear circle, reveal the top card for deck. If the revealed card is a Royal Paladin, call to rear circle. If it is not, shuffle deck. Affirmative, the Grade 3, Gigantic Charger, we have 2 in the deck. With that, I've covered the deck's Grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 2 lineup. And now for the Grade 2 lineup. For the Grade 2 since that we are playing, the Grade 2, Blaster Blade. Skills, first skill, auto, cost, counterblast 2. If the cost and paid, when this unit is placed onto Vanguard circle, you pay the cost. If you do, choose the opponent's rear guard and retire it. Second skill, auto, cost, counterblast 2. When this unit is placed on the rear circle, if you have a Royal Paladin Vanguard, you pay the cost. If you do, choose an opponent's Grade 2 or greater rear guard and retire it. Alright, the Grade 2, Blaster Blade, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 2, Knight of Silence, Galatine, we have 4 in the deck. And here is the Grade 2, Knight of Truth, Gordon. Skill, auto. When this unit intercepts, if you have a Royal Paladin Vanguard, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield until end of battle. A special intercept. Okie dokie, the Grade 2, Knight of Truth, Gordon, we have 3 in the deck. With that, I've covered the deck's Grade 2 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 1 lineup. And now for the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1 since that we are playing, the Grade 1, Flash Shield, Assault, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. And second skill, auto, cost, choose a Royal Paladin from hand and discard it. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, you pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your Royal Paladins being attacked, and that unit cannot be attacked until end of turn. Alrighty, the Grade 1, Flash Shield Cell, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 1, Little Sage Marin, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 1, Lake Maiden Lien. Skill, actions of Vanguard or Rearguard. Cost, rest this unit and choose a card from hand, discard it. If the cost and pay, draw a card. Okie dokie, the Great One, Lake Maiden Lien, we have 4 in the deck. And over here, the Great One, Lion Mane Stallion. Skill, auto as a rearguard. Cost, Soul Blast 1. When this unit boosts a unit with Alfred in its card name, you pay the cost. If you do, the boosted unit gets plus 6,000 power until end of battle. Affirmative, the Great One, Lion Mane Stallion, we have 2 in the deck. With that, I've covered the deck's Great One lineup. Next, let's get on to the Great Zero lineup. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck we are playing, the Great Zero. Future Knight Lu, critical trigger. Skill, actions of rearguard. Cost, counterblast 1 and choose a unit with Future Knight Lu, a unit with Bark Gall, and a unit with Flow Go from your rearguard. Put them to soul. If the cost and paid, if you have a Great One Vanguard, search your deck for up to 1 card named Blaster Blade, ride it, and shuffle deck. And alright, the Great Zero, Future Knight Lu, critical trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Great Zero, Flow Go, stand trigger, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Great Zero, Margal, draw trigger, skill, actions of rearguard, cost, put this into your soul. If the cost and pay, choose one of your Royal Paladins, that unit gets plus 3,000 power until end of turn. Okie dokie, the Great Zero, Margal, draw trigger, we have 4 in the deck. And here is the Great Zero, Yggdrasil Maiden Elaine, heal trigger, we have 4 in the deck. With that, I've covered the deck's trigger lineup. With that, the deck's been built, Cardfight explains. For the cards in this deck we are playing, 1. Great Zero, Bark Gall, starting unit. Then for the main deck, 4. Grade 3, King of Knights Alfred. 2. Grade 3, Solitary Knight Gancelot. 2. Grade 3, Gigantic Charger. 4. Grade 2, Blaster Blade. 4. Grade 2, Knight of Silence Galantine. 3. Grade 2, Knight of Truth Gordon. 4. Grade 1, Flashy Assault. 4. Grade 1, Little Sage Marin. 4. Grade 1, Lake Maiden Lien. 2. Grade 1, Lion Mane Stallion. And for the triggers since that we are playing, 4 critical triggers, Lu. 4 stand triggers. 4 draw triggers, Margal. And 4 heal triggers. With that deck built, Cardfight explained. Next, let's get on to testing out the deck. And here we are in the main menu, going to test out the deck. So heading over to Fight menu, selecting Fight menu. Here we're in the Fight menu, going over to CPU Fight. Here we are on CPU Fight, changing formats from standard to vintage, then choosing deck. For the deck I'm going to be using the one I showcased you just now, the Royal Paladins, King of Knights Alfred, BT02 deck. It all looks okay from this side, then selecting the deck. Deck selected. Next, gonna choose my opponent. For the opponent, I'm gonna test this deck out on. I think I'll test it on. Who would be a good choice? Gakko Nijo or Otoa Dosaki? Maybe. This is a tough choice. Maybe I'll go up against Gakko Nijo, hard difficulty. His deck is Akagera 1, so alright. Deck selected, opponent selected, pressing the fight button now. The battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are in the fight. Gonna decide goes first, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock to paper, I lose, going second. Drawing our starting hands. I got myself a Galatine, a Little Sage Marin, and 2 criticals, and a Perfect Guard. Gonna hold on to 1 Marin and 1 Galatine. I gotta secure grade 3, so sending it back to Perfect Guard and the 2 critical triggers. Redraw. Yes, Alfred and Gancelot. And the heal trigger, not too bad. My opponent goes first. He rides the Great One and Bonded Armor Bar. Skill of Conroe, it goes to the back row. Then, my turn. I draw. Lake Maiden Lien, huh? Alright then, I think I'm first going to... Let's see. Should I ride Lien or Marin? I think I'm going to. Let's see. Flogel is 5,000 power. She'll be 12,000. It'll be 13. Still not enough. So I think I'm first going to call. I call. Or should I guess I'll ride. I'll save Lien for later, riding Little Sage Marin. Bart Gall's skill, Superior Call to the back row from the soul. Calling it behind the Vanguard. There we go. And then activating Bart Gall's skill. Rest it. And Superior Call from the deck, Flogel. I'm gonna activate Ganslop's skill, reveal it, place it back to the deck to search my deck for Blaster Blade. Adding it back and adding Blaster Blade to my hand. That ought to do it. On to battle phase. Marin attacks the Vanguard, 8k. The attack goes through. Drive check. No trigger, perfect guard. Not a bad draw. 1 damage. And Wingardium Leviosa. And 1 damage. Great one. Heat Nail Salamander. That is it for my turn. My opponent's turn. She's gonna ride to the grade 2, Burning Horn Dragon. Battle phase, Burning Horn to Vanguard. No guard, taking it. Drive check. Draw trigger, he stopped up his hand. That is now a total of 14,000. 1 damage. Ow! Damage check. Another Lake Maiden Lien out of the deck. That is it for my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. Flogel. 2 Flogels out of the deck. Alright, I ride Blaster Blade. Then I call. I'm gonna call Galatine to the rear guard. Over. Should I call it in front of Flogel or go to a separate column? I think I'm going to call Galatine to the rear guard. Over here, I activate Bart Gall's skill, rest it, search my deck for future Night Lu, and call it in front of Flogel. Then I call Lake Maiden Lien. Call. That should be enough. Battle phase we go. Boosted by Flogel, my future Night Lu attacks the Vanguard, 9k. He guards with a grade 0 draw trigger. The attack fails. Now Blaster Blade to the Vanguard, 9k to 9k. The attack goes through and drive check. No trigger, Gordon. A special intercept, 1 damage and slash. Damage check. No trigger, Overlord. Now boosted by Lake Maiden Lien, Galatine to the Vanguard. 17,000 power in total. He's guarding with a critical trigger, Tar. And the attack fails. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. He rides Dragonic Overlord the end. He calls Gojo to the rear guard. The end attacks the Vanguard. I don't think so. Perfect guard. For the perfect guard cost, I am discarding a heal trigger, Elaine. The end's attack is blocked. You're welcome, Lu. Twin Drive first check, bar, and second check. Critical trigger. Oh no! Giving all effects to his rear guard. Gojo. The attack fails, but now he can go all in. 12k to Vanguard. I guard with Gordon. 14k. Just enough. And ka-chink. Ting! Attack blocked. And my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Another perfect guard. I can use this. It's time to ride. Come out, King of Knights, Alfred. That should be enough now. I don't have anything else to do in the main phase. On to battle phase. First, boosted by Flogel. Future Knight Lu attacks Dragon Monk Gojo. 9k. The attack goes through. And slash. One less Vanguard to worry about. Vanguard to the Vanguard. 20k. The attack goes through. Twin Drive. First check. Stand trigger. But not enough power, huh? I'll just restand Lu, but just give the power to Galatine. There's not going to be much chance of a second trigger. Second check. Ah, double trigger. I should have given all the effects to Lu. Fine, giving all effects to Galatine. That was a mistake there. I wasn't expecting to get a stand trigger. Damage check. Ah, another draw trigger. So lucky. Boosted by Lake Maiden Lien. Go, Galatine, 27k. The attack goes through. Slash. Damage check. No trigger. Another bar. That's 4 damage. End of my turn. My opponent's turn. Since I can't attack with my Lu anyway, so here it comes. Calling bar. 11,000 power to rear guard. I don't think so. Another perfect guard. The perfect guard cost, I am discarding stand trigger, Flogel. Perfect guard to overload the end. And first check. Perfect guard. Oh no! Second check. Double perfect guard. You gotta be kidding me. Kachink. You're welcome, Lu. He attacks my rear guard, Lu. No guard. And 1 rear guard down. It's not good. End of their turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Yes, Blaster Blade. Skipping ride phase. Going to main phase. I call Blaster Blade to the rear guard. I only have 1 stand trigger left. Chances of getting on stand at this point is pretty slim, so better play it safe. Going to battle phase. Blaster Blade. Let's see, boosted by Flogel. Attacks the rear guard bar. 14k. The attack goes through. And slash. 1 less rear guard to worry about. Now Alfred to the Vanguard. 20k. Double guard with 2 critical triggers. He's not using his perfect guards. 31k. Twin drive. First check. Yes, a stand trigger. I give all effects to Blaster Blade and restand. Finally got the stand trigger right. Second check. No trigger. Galatine. The attack may have failed, but now Blaster Blade attacks the end. 14k. The attack goes through. Slash. Damage check. No trigger. Burning Horn. Now boosted by Lake Maiden Lien. Go, Galatine. 17k. Starting with critical trigger. Still not using his perfect guards. He still has 2 left in deck. The attack may have failed, but now that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn again. He's going to call the Burning Horn and 11k to rear guard. I don't think so. I guard with Flogel, 19k. 2 to pass. First check. No trigger, Berserk Dragon. Second check. No trigger, double Berserk Dragons. The attack is blocked. You're welcome, Blaster Blade. Kachink. Here comes Burning Horn to the Vanguard. Skill activated, plus 3,000 power, 12k to the Vanguard. I let the attack go through, no guard. Out. Damage check. No trigger, Gordon, Essential Intercept out of the deck, and end of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Let's see, the great. I'm going to activate, hold on, skipping the ride phase, going to main phase. I activate Ganslot's skill, returning it to deck. And searching my deck for Blaster Blade. Adding to my hand, another 5,000 point shield for later. That ought to be enough, or is it? Should I save my counterblast to activate Alfred's skill later, or use Blaster Blade's skill to retire rearguard? You know what? I'm going to conserve it for later, so going to battle phase. First, boosted by Bark Gall. Nope, cannot be boosted, so Alfred attacks by himself. 20k to Vanguard. He guards with 26k. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, Blaster Blade, and second check. Yes, a critical trigger. I give all effects to Galatine. And ka-chink, the attack failed. Now boosted by Lien. Go Galatine, 22k to Vanguard. Is he gonna use his perfect guard? Nope, heal trigger and intercept. Still got plenty of cards to spare. Boosted by Flogel. Go Blaster Blade, 14k. And Berserk Dragon, 16k, just barely enough. 4 cards left in the hand, 2 perfect guards. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. Calling another Burning Horn and battle phase. 11k to Vanguard. I don't think so. I guard with Future Knight Lu. That's 11k to 19k, 2 to pass. First check. Ah, heal trigger, so lucky. He gives all effects to the rear guard. Burning Horn, second check. Another Berserk Dragon. And you're safe, Blaster Blade, you're welcome. Ka-chink. Here comes Burning Horn for 14k. Its own skill plus 3k, that's 17k. No guard, gonna take it. Ow! Damage check. Marin. Alright. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Another Alfred, huh? If I could draw Flare Mirror Stallion, I can then use up my Soul Blast for more power, but now it's not the right time, so just gonna save it in my hand for now. Let's see, Alfred lets me search for a Great 2 or less Royal Paladin, so 6 cards left in hand, I'm gonna hold out for later. And not gonna use any skills, going straight to battle phase. Alfred attacks to Vanguard, 20k. A heal trigger, 21k. Intercept with Burning Horn, 26k. 2 to pass. First check. Gigantic Charger. Second check. Marin. Nothing happens, so ka-chink, my attack fails. Now boosted by Flogel. Go Blaster Blade. 14k. The attack goes through, and slash. Damage check. No trigger. Nihalim, now boosted by Late Mid and Lien. Go Galatine. 17k. He got, yes, perfect guard used up, finally. He's discarding for the perfect guard cost a... The end. Ka-chink, the attack fails, but it's got a good sign for later. End of my turn, my opponent's turn again. He calls Berserk Dragon. Berserk skill, retiring my rear guard. Who's he gonna retire? He's retiring, oh no! Not Bark Gall. Attacking my rear guard. No chance. Guard of heal trigger Lien. 19k, 2 to pass. And first check. Ah, another heal trigger is back to 4 damage. And a second check. Ah, critical trigger. It's giving it all to Berserk Dragon. That's not good. The attack may have failed in Blaster Blade, but he's still got a lot of power left. Ka-chink. Whew, alright. Here comes 19k from Berserk Dragon. Guard with Flogel. Stand trigger. 20k in total. Ka-chink. Survived. Alright then. End of their turn, my turn. Draw. Another heal trigger. Nearly all my triggers but draw triggers out of the deck. Can't believe I haven't drawn a single draw trigger yet. And skipping right phase, going to main phase. I'm going to first call in front of Blaster Blade, King of Knights Alfred. Activating Alfred's skill. Counter Blast, 3 points. And from my deck, I Superior Call Lion Mane Stallion to the rear guard behind the rear guard Alfred. Then I'm gonna call Marin to the back row. Battle phase. Go! My Vanguard Alfred the Vanguard, 20k. Critical trigger and Interceptor Berserk Dragon, 26k, 2 to pass. First check. Yes, a critical trigger. I give all effects to Alfred. Still one more critical left. Come on, second check. No trigger, gigantic charger. The attack fails, but now boosted by Lion Mane Stallion. Go, Alfred from the rear guard. Skill of Lion Mane, Soul Blast 1. Soul Blast. And at 6,000 power, 25k to the Vanguard. He guards with a perfect guard. I knew that was coming. He's discarding for the cost A. The end. Safe. Now boosted by Lien. Go, Galatine. 17k. He guards with a heal trigger, Genjo, 21k. Only one card left in hand. I can do this. End of my opponent's turn, my turn. My turn is over to my opponent's turn. Sorry about that. Calling Bar and 19k to the Vanguard. Can't risk a double critical, so guard with Lien and Lu. 30k, no pass. First check. No trigger, Heat Nail Salamander, and second check. Critical trigger, nice. Wasted a trigger. And attack fails. Ka-chink. Survived. That's it for my opponent's turn. It's my turn. Stand and draw. Finally. Alright then. Skipping ride phase. Going to main phase. Here will be 20k, so... Alright then. I'm first going to call Margal on top of Galatine. Then activate Margal's skill. Into the soul. Give 3,000 power to the Vanguard. Then I'm going to call Galatine to the rear guard. Call. That ought to do it. Battle phase we go. Vanguard to Vanguard, 23k. Perfect guard. Discarding for the perfect guard cost A. Heat Nail Salamander. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, another Lion Mane, and second check. Gancelot. The attack fails, but I still got enough power to work with. Boosted by Lien. Go, Galatine. 17k. He guards with a critical trigger. The attack fails. Now boost my rear guard Alfred boosted by Lion Mane to the Vanguard. Not using Lion Mane's skill. 14k to Vanguard. And slash. Damage check. Nihalim. That's it for my turn, my opponent's turn. This game really lasted a while, but I'm gonna win this one for sure. Main phase, and he's calling Dojo. Battle phase. That's 19k. Can't risk a double critical, so Blaster Blade, Blaster Blade. And let's see, guarding with Gancelot, so the intercept with Gancelot. Here it's 20k, so here is Gancelot and Lion Mane. Guard everything. That's a total of 30k. None to pass. First check. No trigger, Nihalim, and second check. No trigger, the end. I made the right choice, so... Ka-chink! Safe! End of my opponent's turn, it's my turn. Stand and draw! Another Galatine, just what I needed. Let's do this! Final turn! Skipping ride phase, going to main phase. I'm calling Galatine to the rear guard. Let's see, in my drop zone, in my soul I have 1 Blaster Blade. In my drop zone I have 2 more. 3. Nope, all the blaster blades are out of my deck, so no point using Ganslot's skill. Just going to skip to battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard, 20k. The attack goes through. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, Lien, and second check. Heal trigger, just what I needed. I cannot heal, but I give power to Galatine. And slash, damage checked. No trigger, 6 damage, I win. That was a really lengthy fight, but overall it was a pretty okay fight. I managed to at least get the cards I need to make this deck work for me and still managed to get the win, so I got win, double trigger, perfect guarded, successful final turn, fought for 14 turns, superior called, and defeated very hard difficulty. Got 2400 VP, total 15,540 VP, pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to the CPU fight menu. Here we're on CPU fight menu, leaving CPU fight. Leaving fight menu, back to main menu. Here on main menu, going to deck build menu. Here we're on decklist menu, and at that, the deck's been built, card is explained, and I just finished testing the deck on front of you, so first I want to say is thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and do please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say goodbye, and see you all soon!